PJ. Just talking about the defense tonight, 84 points in a playoff game is a really low number. Just what do you think you guys are able to do, and kind of how were you able to sustain that for 4 quarters?
We be dogs. That's all we talk about. That's all I ever talk about. We gotta be dogs. People, the perception of us and what people think in the past, we erasing all that. We coming out every night, focused, not shying away from moments, not taking, like, I wasn't here, Jrue wasn't here, Bobby, like, we got a bunch of new guys, in addition to everybody's been here, but we just bringing that mentality, and that's what it's about. That's carrying that mentality every game, every possession, every day.
Just watching Jrue this series, I mean, it's double-digit assists every night. What do you think of just the control that he plays with and it kind of exerts in a game?
Drew's the most underrated player in the NBA by far. People don't understand how good he is. I didn't understand how good he was until I played with him. He gets it, and he is the quietest dog you've ever played with in your life. He doesn't say anything, but you know he's there. He just gets it.
What kind of surprised you? Like, what did you think you knew, but now better, or
just consistency. He's never pressed. He's always gonna make the right play. He doesn't care about how many points he scores. He's not checking the scoreboard. He's worried about turning the ball over and standing in front of his man and being aggressive on defense and creating for everybody. He's really good.
Zora Stevenson.
Jrue before this game said, okay, we got to keep the same energy. And then after the game, Khris said we got to keep the same intent. How well do you think you guys have done with just like remaining neutral and understanding the task at hand and not getting too hyped for the fact that you have a lead in the series?
Everybody's doing it. I think when you on a team like this and everybody's holding themselves accountable in games and being focused and not being that guy, I think that when you hold each other accountable to that, I think that it makes it, you would say easier, but it makes it harder. You're gonna work as hard. You're gonna work even harder to try to stay focused every single possession. Even times when they score, as long as we played it in the coverage we wanted, we live with that, and that's a part of it. So, it's something that we all just got to continue to do night in, night out.
Jim Ozarski.
Hey, PJ. Well, you mentioned the quiet, consistent aspect of it. Khris hits the game winner, obviously, the other day, but tonight, it seemed like whenever there was a little bit of energy in this building, he hit a jumper to stop it, or hit a big three. I mean, what did you see in that, or feel in that tonight? I guess that he's just that guy who can do that. I guess when it's maybe turning the other way.
All three of our big three do that every time. That's what they do. That's what they build like that. That's just how they are. They go on a run. We have a few possessions where we don't really get good shots. We turn it over. The energy comes in the building. Here comes Khris to stop it. Here comes Giannis, stop it. Here comes Jrue, stop it. Every time. It's crazy. During all three games, each of the three in different quarters, they all do it. And it's within the flow of the game. And they just figure out how to step up in those moments where, we just kind of stop runs, or, we get that stop that we need, or get fouled, or get that basket. So that's what they do.
All right, one more to Jack Maloney.
Hey, PJ, you guys on the offensive end have done a great job creating mismatches and then taking advantage of them. Is that something you guys are targeting going into the series, or is it more just stuff that's developed and you're taking what the defense is giving you on that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beginning.
Oh, on the offensive end, you guys have done a great job creating mismatches and then taking advantage of them. Is that something you were targeting going into the series, or that's just how it's developed?
That's what the NBA is about, right? Like getting the matchups you want, creating those opportunities where you feel like you have an advantage. That's what it's all about. It's tick for tack. It's who's in the game. It's putting ourselves in position to be able to give ourselves the best chance to score, get fouled. That's what the playoffs is. It's It's chess.
Jrue, I think this was the largest fan, in an arena in a year in the NBA. So I realized you guys had control for most of it. Did it feel that way at all in terms of just the sound, or was the way that you guys played and the fact that you guys could kind of stem those little tides kind of kept this crowd out of it?
I think we loved the crowd. I think we enjoyed it. It kind of made it feel like it was us against the world. At this moment, we've been thriving in that just because this is the first game where it was a really packed arena on the road. But I felt like we enjoyed it. It was good to have the fans back.
Sort of along those lines, it's starting with a 4-point play early in the game from Khris. You guys never trailed after that, but it seemed like there was a 3-pointer, an 18-footer, or a layup. Whenever there was a little bit of a momentum, maybe building for Miami, clearly he's that kind of guy. You've seen that all year, but what did you see from him tonight where it seemed like he was the guy to make those baskets, I guess, when that happened?
Big shots. He does it all the time, and he's been doing it for his career. So I think to be able to kind of cut that out of the game where they're about to make their run or they made their run and try to cut the momentum. Khris has been doing that, so we know who to go to,
Eric name?
PJ just told me that you're the quietest dog he's ever met, and I'm trying to figure out, like, is that a compliment? Like, are you still gonna take it that way?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what you want me to do with that. I guess just don't make me mad, really. I don't say much. I don't really talk trash, but I get after it, and I always will. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a little scarier messing with a quiet person.
For you, Giannis was just talking about how this series has been easier for him because he doesn't have to go up, kind of break down that wall every time. He's able to kind of dish the ball over to you and you're able to run the offense. What have you seen kind of as a playmaker this series? You've had double-digit assists in every game, and it feels like you're comfortable controlling the pace. Just what have you seen as a playmaker?
Honestly, just here to assist. Wow, that sounded corny. Just trying to be the best team that I can. I know that with our team, we're at our best when everybody gets touches. The ball's moving and the ball has energy. So that's what I try to do. I try to push the paint. I try to push the pace. I try to get into the paint and share the ball. They're a team that collapses the paint when you get in there. So we know that we're going to have wide open threes and we get to swing, and that's how we make big momentum plays. So I'm going to continue to attack.
84 points in a playoff game is a really low number. Just what did you see tonight from you guys defensively that you're able to come out strong, but then also sustain it over 4 quarters?
I think we've done it all series. Being able to lock into the game plan, lock into certain guys, know who we want to score if they have to score, and guys that we don't. We also knew that them being home, there's a surge, especially with the crowd. But we wanted to cut that out early, and I feel like we did a good job of doing that.
Zora Stevenson?
Expanding on that, coming into tonight, you said you got to keep that same energy. How well do you feel like the team did that tonight?
I think we did all right. I think we did okay. I feel like being able to keep that for another game is the hardest part, to do it for 4 games straight, or even just this next game, kind of this closeout game. That's the one where we really need to bring all the energy we have.
Stephen Watson?
Hey Jrue, in addition to calling you a quiet dog, PJ had an interesting remark about kind of the pride that he takes in being one of the newcomers on this team and changing the perception of how the Bucks have finished the last couple of seasons. And I know that you committed to this team for the next couple of years, so I imagine that you think that you can win here. But is that also something that you take pride in, changing that perception of how this team can make a deep postseason run?
For sure. I feel like that's a part of the reason why I'm here. That's a part of the reason why we picked up Tuck. We want to be tough. We want to be, and it's not even about offense, it's about defense. So we went out and got some defense and guys who can switch 1 through 3 or 1 through 5. Again, I'm the quiet one, but Tuck's the loud one. That's why we play so well together. So to be able to have that compatibility, I feel like is huge.
And one quick follow-up. do you feel like this team is coming together right now in the way that you guys have played these 3 series, especially on the defensive end, to kind of see it all come together? What we've talked about all season long for this group, waiting for this to happen?
You know, I just think we're going at the situation. Right now, we want to win the series, and we're taking it one game at a time. We've locked into the game plan. We've executed well, and that's all we can really do every single game and play as hard as we can. So I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of that.
All right, thanks, Jrue.
Thanks.
Chris, in the week off, in the run-up to the series, a bunch of you guys talked about, you know, the toughness mentality or how physical this series could be. It's played out that way, and I know even tonight, I mean, you guys had to work hard offensively. Just what do you think you guys have maybe proven, maybe not to yourselves, but to anybody else, about the different ways you can win? If it needs to be physical, you can be that way. Or if you need to hit tough shots, you know, you guys can do that, and you know, obviously to get this point up 3-0.
I would say, you know, I think collectively as a group, we just read the game, realize what we need to do, what's going to work, what's not going to work. But I think that's what it is. Adjusted again at first. It was real physical. The refs started cleaning it up. So we know we just had to keep our hands off and try to just fight through screens and not, you know, grab and hold on to it. I don't think we had too many silly fouls. And, you know, that's a big key with that team is keeping them off the free throw line, but also, you know, trying to run them off, keep them off their routes, and stay into a body.
You know, obviously the last game scoring as much as you did, but game 1, this one, 109 points or so. It is how important is that you guys can win if it's a little muddier, so to speak? Because you guys have scored the leading scoring team, to maybe be able to do this, right? If you need to score 6 points in 4 minutes, but still win the game. I know there's defense in there too, but
yeah, I mean, we got out to, you know, a little slow start shooting the ball, but we were able to settle in. You know, it's harder on the road. You know, I think, yeah, this is our first road game, and you know, I skipped last year, so 2 years. Then just being in a different environment, not, you know, really playing on the road at all this year with fans as much as this gets rowdy. So it took a little bit for us to settle in and get what we need to get done.
Eric Nave.
What have you seen from Giannis on Jimmy and then Brook on Bam? Like, it feels like, you know, those are 2 like very important matchups, and kind of everything goes through those 2. And obviously Giannis and Brook have been up to the task.
This the size and the length. You know, both of those guys are, you know, pretty much 7-footers. They're able to move, they're able to guard, they're able to jump, they're able to chase a little bit. So I mean, they're doing a great job of, you know, using their size and their length and athleticism on 2 great players that, you know, are a huge part of the offense, whether it's get downhill, creating shots for others, or, you know, getting to the basket and creating contact.
And then Jrue's had double-digit assists every game this series. What have you seen from him as the guy that can just kind of steady everything and get you to the places where you guys need to be?
He's been doing a great job of just mixing it up, whether, you know, to drive or to dish it out, but he's doing a great job of reading the defense. He's playing in attack mode, getting down to the paint, trying to get to his spots, but then he sees that crowd and he finds the open guy, or, you know, get the hockey assist.
Zora Stevenson.
Hey Chris, obviously it's a best-of-7 series, but what kind of importance do you put on the opportunity to close it out on Saturday?
It's just the same intent. I mean, we did a great job of protecting our home court. We stole one on the road. Now we have to bring that same edge, but more, to steal another one. That's what it's about, being the toughest team on the road, blocking out the noise, and, you know, doing what we do best.
One more to Andres Lopez.
Thank you, Chris. Of course, the past is in the past, but if we can reflect a little bit on last season, it's night and day between last season and this season. What do you think is the biggest factor that has changed within this Bucks team that has helped you guys overcome the team that knocked you out last season?
Just a different team, different situation. I think it's simple as that.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Thanks.